All right, good morning, traders. We are up and ready to go. So let's check the SPY this morning. SPY, a little sell off. See, futures have moved lower. So yeah, the SPY having a little bit of a sell off here. But nothing too crazy, so at least not yet. If it drops below 390, it may get a little sketchy on the market, but just have to keep an eye on it. A lot of different possible plays. But all to do now, or all there is to do now, just wait it out. So I do still have my PHIO swing. I held that because it never dropped below that 350 mark. And it's still kind of in this channel, so could break out today, could break out tomorrow. Or it could break out not at all, so we'll just have to see. Let's see. Yeah, I'm taking ONTX off. I don't like that. Let's see, CTXR. Good morning, Orlando. Keep that on watch. PLIN is real interesting. It's above all indicators. Gapped up. Let's see, 160. Yeah, it was all the way up at 245. Currently in this downtrend, but testing the downtrend. See that having a pullback. Pet, same thing in this downtrend. So a lot of stocks that ran in pre-market kind of selling off here. Yeah, this guy, CLPS, it's pretty good PR. It did have a little crack there. Getting halted on the way down at market open. Seeing that halting. Let's see, EBON could be a possible play. But we're just going to wait it out here for a few minutes, wait for some patterns to form before we jump into anything. Let's pop back up here. See, PLIN breaking that downtrend. I'm going to go here. It's going to fill at 176. That's going to wait for a pattern. But it is breaking out of this, so out of this downtrend, so we'll see here. Getting held up at 180. Oh, now we're through 180. see here. We got resistance at 194. $194 and $2. See, 190, 180, trying to hold up here. See, pushing up the 185. There's a lot of selling at 185. Again, a little pullback. No, we don't want this to drop too much lower. $175 bids trying to stack. Ooh, nice big buyer just came in at 179. Buyers trying to push this up. And pre-market highs all the way at 245, so it does have potential to make a nice move as long as it can keep pushing up here. That 195 to $2 area is going to be pretty tough resistance. And it's just kind of all over the place right at the second. My stop loss is about 160, 170, right where that bottom of that candle is. And maybe having to get out here. Starting to crack. It's about my stop loss was starting to turn around. And I am about to get out of this. Trying to give it half a second to see if it's going to come back up or not. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put a stop loss in. Nice size buyer just came in there at 165. Oh, it's one of those where it's not gonna let me put the stop loss in. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, let's remove that big downtrend. So, trying to hold up this 170 support. If you can hold up at 170 support, maybe able to start moving again. It's going to have to kind of curl back around here. Now, this is why I use a mental. I use a mental stop loss a lot of times, because if I'd have put a stop loss in right there, I would have got stopped out on this little tail, and this candle ended up coming back up and closing above that support area. So that's why I personally don't use stop losses all the time. Sometimes I'll use a mental stop loss. I really want to see this candle doji out or turn green. Oh, we don't want to see it do that. We don't want this to drop. We don't want this to drop back below 170. So this candle's fixing to close. We got 26 seconds. Ooh, a lot of selling coming through right there. So that candle did close below 170, so this could get real sketchy if this doesn't push right back up. If it don't push right back over 170, then this could dump. Let's see. No, I still can't put a stop loss in there. A new buyer just came in at 166. 8,300 shares. Let me try something. Let's see if I can put in a stop loss with a good till canceled order. Looks like it's going to try to pop back above 170. Oh, that was the extended hours. No, still not letting me. Still not letting me put a stop loss in. I want to go look at some other stocks, make sure I'm not going to miss any U-shapes or anything, but this thing will not let me put a stop loss. In here, but we are back above 170. Yeah, if this thing can hold up and get up to 2 and break 2, then it definitely has some room to run after that. But I don't know if it's going to do it or not. It's real sketchy at the moment. Let's see, 170 trying to hold up as support again. And it just cracked. Okay, so if it does not come back up on this candle, if it starts dropping, then this is probably about to sell off. Still not letting me put that stop loss in. Because we want this to be the start of a new uptrend. Since the downtrend had broken, we want this to be a new uptrend. But the problem we got going on right now, oh yeah, it's still above. Okay, so it is still above the downtrend at the moment. We don't want it to drop back below the downtrend. 165 is as low as this needs to go. If this cracks 165, it's going to be done. But like I said, we want to see this kind of start a new uptrend. Getting real close to selling. So I can put that stop loss in now. It's popping back up to 170. So this little downtrend needs to break. If this little downtrend doesn't break right here, then this will definitely sell off. So you see it's starting to try. See that body starting to push back below this downtrend. That's a little sketchy. Oof, that's an ugly candle. This is very close to selling off, but the buyers are still trying to hold it up in this area. Kind of testing that bottom support. Let's see, CTXR. Nice little move so far on that. I try to have at least a two for one profit. Or a 2-to-1 profit ratio. At least. I mean, this stock has a lot of upside potential, but I'm not willing to risk it lower than that. I mean, this is, 160 is kind of the bottom. See, there's a support back here from yesterday. Kind of draw it straight across, so we're testing that support, and I'm expecting that support to hold a little bit better. But you can see that the support started kind of becoming resistance. That's why I was saying it's got to break back over the downtrend. But I really want to see it get back above the support here. Take a peek at some other stocks. Dogs. This is in a downtrend too. A possible U-shape forming there. Could be a possible break of $4. I'm gonna go on dogs here too. It's making this nice little U shape up to 4. Damn, that filled me a little high. I was trying to get filled like 375. Filled me at 379. But this isn't a downtrend still. Well, the overall price action, but we'll see. I just like this U shape right here that it's forming. And if it can break over 4, then it's got room up to almost 5. So you see it is trying to push close to that $4 mark. And don't drop back down too much more. needs to stay above 350. This can't stay above 350. I'm going to have to get out. Ooh, quick little drop there below 350. Let's see if it can hold up. Getting real close to having to sell this. 350 is really struggling to hold up here. This candle needs to push back up in this 370 area here. If it doesn't, then this is going to crack and sell off it. Couldn't quite make it up to $4 on that U shape. See, do we have a bit of a trend line maybe? Kind of an uptrend. So dogs is trying to push back up. Yeah, there it goes. So starting to push back up to 370. A little quick pullback there. Let's see if it can break out. Oh, PLIN, you look horrible. You look absolutely horrible. You look like a piece of trash. So I don't think this is going to break. I think... Yeah, okay. I'm getting out of this. Oh, yeah, you can see it started cracking that 160. Where's my dogs at? It's up to dogs now. Come on, dogs. Let's see if you can break above that 4 and start running again. It's been a nice little U shape here if this can push up to 4 on this candle. Need a candle to close above 380. We've not had a candle yet during open close above that 380 area. Got 40 seconds on this candle to close. This candle needs to stay above 350. Morning, Robert. It gets some decent buyers in there at 354. There we go. That's nice. That's nice looking. I'd like to see buyers push the candle up. Oh, now right back down again. It's a little sketchy. Need to get off of this 350 area. The fact that this candle's pushing down right now is making me real concerned. There we go. Now it needs to push up. This might, if the body of this green candle can get over the body of this red candle, being a engulfing candle will probably be alright. But if it doesn't, then it's going to be sketchy. You can see it's trying to. Alright, starting to become an engulfing candle now. We just wanted to close above that red candle. You'll see it getting pushed back down again. Sketchy, sketchy. Now see that candle's getting smushed down. It's got to close to be an engulfing candle, so it's got to close above that body. If it doesn't close above that body, then we could see a sell-off here. It's got 17 seconds to get back over 367. Yeah, that's not pretty. So this may start selling off here. This needs to curl up. This needs to get back up to 380 here on the next candle or two. We need this to be curling up, and right now it's just kind of going sideways. You got a little downtrend there. This is a little triangle. Ooh, that's not good. That's ugly. It's starting to look pretty weak. See it crack down out of that triangle. I'm getting real close to selling this. Oh shit, it just dropped quick. Yeah, I need to get out. I'm gonna give this half a second, try to pull back up. Try to shrink some of this loss. Buyers did come in there though and push it back up a little bit. But I don't like that. I don't like the way this is looking. Because now we're curling down instead of curling up. We needed that to curl up. Now if this is going to break out, it's going to take it longer. But most likely it's not going to break out. It's probably going to sell off with this ugly curl down. But this is the problem with these plays where the overall price action is pointing down. The probability of them breaking out, even if they do break the downtrend, it's still pretty not the best probability. Trying to give it a second to see if it's going to push back up or not, but I don't think it is. See, 325 is trying to hold us some support. Yeah, there's a lot of buy-ins trying to come in at 325 and hold this up. $322. I was going to put a stop loss in like 321. Since 325 did try to hold up, but I don't know. It doesn't look good. It's looking real rough. We're still in this downtrend price action. The initial downtrend was like that. But yeah, this downtrend price action is not good. Not good at all. Good morning, Ron. I should have stayed away from them downtrending, both of these downtrending stocks. We'll see. Let's go. I'm gonna go through my watch list here and see what else is going on. Nothing there. PLIN not doing anything. POAI not doing anything. NVCN not doing anything. Ooh, that was a nice U shape there. It wasn't a very big breakout, but ETRL, and that's selling off. What are you doing? Come on, delete this stuff. Let's go. SLRX. This does have a U shape. It's got to break 3, but this is another one that was in a downtrend price action. So we're seeing those are not holding up very well. A swing trade still just going sideways in that. Yeah, all these stocks, all these downtrend stocks. VISL coming up, possible break could be coming there. ANTE, nothing there. BSQR, nothing there. Nothing there. It's pretty much everything in pre-market. It's not doing much. Let's see. Yep, nothing there. Keep that on there. That one actually looks okay. Got a nice uptrend on EBON. Right down at the trend line here, and this $10 support, so that could be a possible decent play. Socket, socket's all the way back down to. See, CLPS, that looks all right. And SOS looks like it's selling off. So let's see. Yeah, Dogs is getting real close to cracking, man. It's got to get off this 325 support area. Buyers don't start coming in and push us back up towards this downtrend, then this thing is going to be done. It's going to be a little bit of a loss on that one. LGHL. A little random there. Let's see. This is a Chinese stock with a possible U shape. This is real close to cracking and hitting my stop loss. Having a hard time holding up 325 now. So this is probably about to crack. I'm probably about to get stopped out here. Yes, it's struggling to even get back above 325 now. Oh, okay. Well, then it just popped up real quick out of nowhere, but. It's not looking great, though. It's in pretty rough shape there. BKLLF. That's a. I imagine that's a OTC stock. So it's a BKL. Yeah, so it is an OTC stock. Not a lot of volume on it. Did have a decent little U shape there. It couldn't break, but it's not something I'd really play because it is in OTC markets. And let's take PLIN off. It's not doing anything. Dogs is back over 330. VISL. Possible nice breakout coming on this, possibly. It's moving up towards that pre-market high. Interesting. Keep on holding up that trend line. How's CLPS looking? Well, CLPS making a very nice move so far. And that would have been a pretty good play right there. Perfect U shape. But see, that's the difference between downtrends overall and uptrends. You got an uptrend on CLPS all the way through pre-market. You get a nice little U shape here, and then you get a nice breakout. Whereas with DOGS and PLIN, the two that I played, that was a little U-shape starting there, and then it just got rejected at the downtrend line. So it's kind of the difference. I mean, these downtrend plays can break and go on runs too, but it's just they're not doing it today at all. That's it. I'm getting so close to being stopped out. It's struggling to hold 325. Oh, a bunch of big buyers just came in at 325. So we'll see. It's gotta continue to hold up for buyers to come in and finally push it over this downtrend. But I don't like the way it looks. This damn thing. Take that off. I've actually seen that doesn't look terrible. Take that off. See, VISL. See, VISL has some potential to run. NXTD is. Damn it, all the shit I took off of this list. And now I think someone's put it back on. Get out of here. Out of here. Yeah, NXTD making a decent little move there. See, dog's back over 330, so it's still hanging in there. Still hanging in there. Yeah, what the hell is going on, Thinkorswim? It just redid all the added all the stocks that I took off of my watch list. See how Sundial doing. Sundial not doing much. I think they come out and said they were doing, what the hell is going on? Where'd all these stocks come from on my watch list? What kind of nonsense is this? PIHO starting to creep back up. So you've seen that possible move, but this one's kind of in a downtrend. CCNC all the way up to, wow, all the way up to 1160. Nice move on that. Keep on still trying to hold up that CLPS there. So you can see this is trying to push back up, but the downtrend line's at 350 basically, so it'd have to break 350. Have to break 350 if it's gonna get going. Take socket off. VISL coming back down a little bit. MGHL doesn't have any PR. So I think CLPS is one that we gotta keep an eye on. Dog's getting close. Dog's getting close to possibly coming back alive. CNET. See CNET, this one is in a downtrend, made a U shape, and look, this one broke out. Broke out of the downtrend. That's what I was looking for on PLIN and dogs, and neither one of them could do it. Dog still has a chance, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to do it or not. It's still a little sketchy. Still a little sketchy. And VISL pulling back. SLX, this was in a downtrend too. If I could break $3, that might could get going. This is a pretty low float. But it's one that was in a downtrend as well. I'm gonna keep an eye on this here for a second. This does have some potential. It's above all indicators. High years at 350. Let me read this PR real quick. Actually, reading into it, I don't know what half the stuff means, but it sounds interesting. I'm gonna keep an eye on that one. All right, so here goes dog starting to break the trend line. Let's see if it can hold up and keep breaking. I don't know if it will or not. And my swing trade just came up to that top of the channel. See Ebon cracking that trend line, so that's pretty much done. VSIL's kind of meh. So we are getting back above the trend line, but it needs to keep pushing up. See GSAT, come on. Not too much there. And NXTD is still slowly climbing. I'm not a fan, that big of a fan of NXTD. It just moves so slow. It just moves so slow. So I'm gonna take it off my watch list because I'm not gonna trade it. Let's see. Let's just focus on dogs for a minute because I'm not seeing too much else except possibly a play on SLRX. I don't know yet. We'll see. Dogs is trying to get back above 360. Let's see if we can get back above right here. Very nice. Very nice. Bunch of sellers at 365. Ooh, we're starting to get a decent little buying volume push. This push up to 370. We're at $4 though. At $4 is going to be the tough area. But we do have a double bottom forming, so and all a double bottom is basically two U shapes. So I'm going to take out the downtrend line and see one U-shape rejection, sell off, come back around, second U-shape possibly. If it can get up to that $4 mark and start testing, could see a breakout on it. See, oh, we're getting close here. What's Pets doing? Let's see. I had Pets on the watch list earlier. Oh, this is a halt fest. There's halts all over the place. I don't know if I want to trade that. There's kind of too many halts. I mean, it is getting some attention, but I mean, these halts, you can see it looks like it's gotten halted 1, 2, 3, 4 times so far. You like halts to the upside, but I mean, this isn't making any significant moves. It does have a little double bottom, little W on there, but I don't know. It looks like it's gonna be a rough trade. All right. All right, DOGZ. Make it up to 4. Well, there's a lot of different types of halts. So, it could be. I mean, the majority of the halts, the everyday halts that we see, are just circuit breaker halts, which means too much volume coming in at once, and the computers basically overload. So, like, if you have like a whole lot of buyers, like way more buyers than sellers, and the computer can't match up the orders, they have to halt the stock to manually match up the orders. But there's also halts for investigations and other stuff. There's a few different types of halts. But the most common one is just a circuit breaker. And it can work vice versa as well. If you got way more sellers coming in all of a sudden, and it's like in a short period of time. Like if the stock's been moving nice with million volume in the volume bars, like this right here, this has been pretty consistent with the volume. But if this all of a sudden had a volume candle of like 10 million when it's only had this one or two that's over a million, then that's too much for the system to handle. And we are creeping up to this $4 mark. We are getting real close here. Real close to a breakout. Real close here. Oh, we're breaking through $4. Let's see if this thing's going to start running now. Look at the buying volume. Look at the buying volume candles that's come in. See if they keep increasing. I need to look and see where my next. Let's see. It's like a little bit of selling at 480 area. And then $5. So from now on, we want to see $4 hold as support. See, 425. 425 might be some resistance. We got it at 425. If it breaks 425, it could easily run to 450. So let's see if Dogs is gonna get frisky here or not. Coming up to that 420, see a lot of sellers there. Broke through that, we almost broke through 425 too right there. Buying volume keeps pushing in. This might get real frisky. Let's see here, breaking through 425, up to 430, breaking through 430. Let's go. Come on, push it. Let's go. Let's hit that 450. Let's see. I may lock some out here at 450 if it doesn't break. So we just barely tapped 450. I didn't really get a chance there to lock something out, but I'm gonna give it a chance here because it just started running. I mean, this thing's been selling off. I held it through all this nonsense down here, so I want to give it a chance. Try to break through 450. That was the first touch of 450. So if we can get another touch, another nice volume push up to that 450. Then it could break at 425. Is trying to hold as support. 425 can hold as support, then we are good to go on this. And you can see at that 425 did. Now it's coming back up. Let's see. Getting real close to that 450 mark again. And we're all over the place. Oh, I need to take my stop loss out now. So even if I would have tried to sold at even if I would have tried to sell at 450, I wouldn't have been able to because my stop loss was still in there. Let's see. A lot of sellers at 445 are breaking through that. Let's see here. A lot of selling at 450. I'm going to get ready to possibly lock in here unless they can break through. Oh, we're going through 450. We're going through 450. If this can hold above 450 here, this could go all the way to 5. Or at least 475. Struggling a little bit here at 450. We did get that pop through. See if we can test. Let's see if we can test it again. Ooh, we hit it for half a second. And there's still some sellers there, but if we can get one more big buy and volume push, I think this will rip to 5. There it goes, starting to push through 450 again. We're testing right here. Still testing. Come on. Show me the frisk. Show me the frisk. Get frisky for me here. Get real frisky. I want to see you run up to $5. Come on. Yeah, got rejected again, but let's see. 425 still trying to hold up as support. 425 keeps holding up as support. And we'll be good to go for another 450 test. Let's see, 425's trying to. Nope, 425 cracking. So now worst case, we need 4 to hold up as support. 4 was the tough resistance line. 4 needs to hold as bottom support. And you see there are some big buyers who came in there at 4 to try to hold this up. So that's what we want to see now at this point. If 4 can hold up, this can consolidate, make a little U-shape back up to that 450. And testing $4 support right now. We do have a lot of support in this 380 area, so it may come back down to that area. But preferably, we want to see that $4 hold. But you can see this line will support multiple times in pre-market. So yeah, it is starting to come back down there. But 4 still holding so far. I'm trying to give us a chance to see how much this can run because I mean, in pre-market, the pre-market high is all the way up at 726. So there is a possibility that it could run back up to that pre-market high. But that depends if we start to get frisky and break through that 450 area, at 450, 460. You can draw your resistance line right at the tops of these two candles here. Hey, did that hit at 475? No, I got hit at 460. Yeah, so it's at 460 is a little resistance. So what we want to see now is $4 to hold up, and this to make a nice little U shape back to 450. If we see that, I think we'll break through 450 and at least get up to 5. But it absolutely has to hold above this bottom support, that 380 line there. See where it dropped down and touched it just now. Yeah, that needs to hold up. Yeah, see now if this candle starts pushing back above 4, we'll have half a U shape. There we go. So we're back above 4 here. Now we want to see 4 start holding as some support. Again, because we want to build new support levels. That $4 was resistance, so we want that to be new support. See, we are moving back up to this. That candle's actually popped up higher than I thought it was. I thought that was going to be a little bit lower of a candle, but that's a decent sign. So we got 50 seconds left. Ooh, we just pushed all the way back to 425. So pretty strong candle here. Pretty nice buying volume coming back in after that little sell-off. We got 19 seconds left on this candle. We want to see it close above 4, but if it could close above 410, that would be even better. Or 415. Come. So still testing this $4 support. It is holding up pretty decently here. But we want the U shape to keep the momentum, so we don't want this dropping lower. Much more lower. Oh, we can see it's starting to push back up again. Buyers are trying to push it. Let's see. See if this can keep pushing up. Here we go. Let's see if we can get back above 425. 425 acting as a little resistance again. It was trying to hold up as support earlier on the initial rip. There we go. We're above 425. And 430, a little bit of selling. But the U shape is looking nice. It's looking real. Well, we don't want it. We don't want this candle to doji out or anything. We want it to keep pushing back up. Yeah, we don't want that. So this candle may just be it's just maybe a little bit consolidation still. Yeah, so that kind of dojied out. So see, there's some big buyers at $4 trying to hold that support, and they just got taken out. So and then we just came back down to that bottom support again. A lot of selling coming through right now, and that could be because that $4 cracked. Let's see if we can get back above 4. Boy, this stock is just being tricky today. We were looking so good there for a minute. Now it's a little sketchy again. Needs to get back above 4 here. There we go. Okay. First red day in a while for you, H&H Trader. I'm kind of red. It's been a tricky morning. I took a small loss on PLIN, but I'm up right now on dogs. I'm trying to see if this is gonna break over this 450 line and really start moving. It's gotta hold up this $4 area though. One Life is on vacation in Jamaica, and I have no idea where Daniel B is. Now we want this to break back over 425 and start holding 425 as support. It's got to continue to make the U shape. Like we are still making a nice U shape if it can continue. But it's going to have to break back above that 425 soon. See, through 420. See, testing 425. We want it to hold. We want a candle to close above 425. Yeah, one Life. He's been doing good, man. He's been trading hard the past year. The guy's a beast. Glad he's a part of the channel, but yeah, he took a little vacation, man. He's been making a lot of money lately, so that's what you do when you make a lot of money day trading. You just go travel, I guess. Alright, so we're looking good on this candle. This U shape is really looking good if it can continue that momentum up to that 450. This candle's got 30 seconds to close, so we want to see it close above 425. We don't want it coming back down. And as I'm saying that, you can see it did just push back down. Needs to hold above that 425. 10 seconds here. So closed kind of right there at it. But yeah, this needs to keep pushing up. We do not want this coming back down below 415 at this point, because we want to keep the U shape going, so it's got to keep moving up. Get over that 425. That candle, you see, that candle didn't close above 425. It closed right below it. So we need a candle to close over 425 to show that new support. Man, this stock is just being difficult. Being difficult and taking its time, but I mean this is such a close U shape being formed. And we're just in this consolidation period where there was a lot of sellers at 425 that time. They did all get taken out. Bunch of sellers at 430. They just got taken out. So we have been taking out quite a bit of selling. So I think if we get back up to that 450, 460 area, I think this is going to rip. If we get back up there. You still see, look, still struggling with this 425 area. Got 15 seconds for this candle to close, and it does not look like it's going to close over 425. So that's a little concerning. Yeah, see, it didn't. So, This candle here, this has to push. This has to close above 425. If it doesn't, then the U shape is going to be ruined. See, buyers trying to hold up 415 as support. Need to see new buyers coming in here. We absolutely do not want 415 to crack. Bunch of sellers at 420. Sellers keep coming in there. Is my stop loss invisible? No, I took it out. I mean, my entry is at 380, so it's way down here. I'm watching it. I'm watching it close. But I really think this is going to pop soon. So that's why I'm not too concerned with the stop loss at the moment. But it may not. It's being tricky with its price action, because there is a lot of selling that's still coming in. Probably a lot of bag holders who bought in. Cracking at 415. But probably a lot of bag holders who bought in back here. You know, they're trying to sell and mitigate losses and stuff. And then maybe a few day traders who maybe bought in here at this break and they're selling off or whatever. But I could be wrong. This may 450 might have been as high as it goes. And see, it looks like we're gonna come back. We come back down again and see if $4 can hold. We absolutely want $4 to hold, though. That is a good metaphor. I like that metaphor. You see, buyers are trying to hold up $4 as support. They absolutely need that to hold up. If $4 cracks, then if $4 cracks and it come back down to this that area there, that 385 support, that's our bottom support at the moment. But that U shape is ruined. So we may have to make a double bottom again. We might have to make a double U shape like we did back here, because that's what it kind of looks like is happening. This may be a possible double bottom back up to that 450. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, it does look that way, but it looked that way all the way through here, and then it popped back up from down at 330 all the way up to 460. So it's being tricky. Because I got in it right here looking for this U-shaped break, and it got rejected and came all the way back down and curled around and then broke. But right now we're holding up that $4 support still. So like I said, it may be another double U shape like that one was, that double bottom. But the upside of this, if it breaks that 460, the upside is all the way up to 5, and then if it breaks 5, this thing could go nuts up to 584. So there's not a ton of resistance ahead if it can get through that 450, 460 area. So the upside could be pretty crazy on this if it can do its thing, but we'll see. So we're getting close to pushing back up to that 420 area. See a bunch of sellers at 420. See if they get taken out. We've been taking out a lot of sellers. Can they get taken out here? Maybe. Yeah, yep, there we go. So 420 got taken out. Let's see how 425 looks. CHNR is testing. So we got rejected at 425 again. And actually, we may have a trend line starting to form. I'm gonna leave that trend line drawn in there and see if that trend line starts holding up. Decent sized buyers at 410, and they just got taken out. So we still got this selling pressure. See, buyers did come in there. Buyers did. Hey, look at that. Buyers did push it up off of that trend line I just drew, so we might have an uptrend started. If we've got an uptrend started, then we've got a ways to go. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're looking like we might have a nice uptrend going on here if it can break through 425 here. See, it's still struggling with that area. Let's see here. There we go, through 425. See how we look at 430. There's a lot of sellers there, but we're through 430. So we're pushing up. This is a nice looking trend line. 430, bunch of sellers again. Buyers are taking those. Oh, they almost got them out. Almost got them out. Let's see, 425. Ooh, big buyer just came in at 427. Yeah. Let's see. $425 trying to hold a support again. Oh, no, couldn't hold a support. Oh, actually, it did a little bit there. It just cracked below for a second, but popped right back over. Let's see. We may start getting frisky here on this next candle. If this closes over 430, we may get frisky. Five seconds here. It's right at 430. Well, it closed over 425. Listen, this patience is hard for me right here. Oh, we are all the way back up to 450 almost. We are getting real close. We're about to get frisky. We're breaking through 450. Let's go. Come on, show me the frisk. Break through that 460. Let's go. So show me the frisk. We're breaking through 460. Oh, up to 470. Up to 475. So we may get hung up at 475. I'm going to give it a chance to try to test and break through that because I think we can get to 5 here. If it can break through this 475. Yeah, that's it. Oh. We're through 475. Moving on up. Oh, nope. Still struggling. See if 460 starts holding us as support, because that 460 was previous resistance. Then I think that we're gonna be off to the races here. If 460 can hold, let's see. You can see 460 trying to hold. Yeah, buyers starting to stack the bid a little bit there. Got 10 seconds on this candle to close. If it can close above 460, we're going to be off here. It closed right at 460, so I don't know. We'll see. This could pull back. That was a big buying volume push there. That was 3 million in volume. Pushed it all the way up to that 475 area. But like I said, I don't think that 475 is going to be that much resistance. I think we can get back up to it one more time and test it. I really like this. I'm really thinking we can see 5. So a little pullback. Back below that 450, 460 area. Now, if we can get back up to 475 one more time, then I will lock out there if it does not break. But I think if we get up to 475 one more time, I think it's going to break, and I think we'll see $5. That's what I'm looking for. Looking for that $5 price target. We're starting to push up again, getting real close to being back to that 475 mark. Let's go, let's go. Show me the frisk. You started getting frisky. How much more frisk you got? You got some more frisk in you? Let's go. Ooh, getting so close. Getting so close. Buying volume's increasing. Here we go. Ooh, this is getting real close. Getting real close to getting frisky here. We're through. There we go. Through 475. Let's see us up to 5. Come on. Let's go. Show me the frisk here. I want to see I want to see $5. Let's go to 5. You're doing me right, dogs. You're doing me right. Come on up to this $5. Got held up. Getting held up again at 475. Back down to 450. I thought we were going to break out big there, and didn't do it. We got up to what? 483. So now back down. Probably going to pull back down to the trend line possibly. So close, so close. Yeah, we are pulling back down to the trend line. We want this trend line to hold up, though. We don't want this trend line to crack. So 425 is as low as we want to see this go if it's going to continue. I'm going to go ahead and take that resistance line out because we know that that's broken already. $425 is trying to hold. And it needs to hold, and then we're going to have to kind of curl back up again to that 475 unless this cracks the trend line here. We do not want to see this crack the trend line. Testing the trend line a little bit here. Whoops. But if we can keep on this trend line and keep climbing up the trend line, I think we'll be good to go. A little bit of selling at 430. They just got taken out. Some at 432. They just got taken out. So we're taking on the way up here. We've been taking out a lot of sellers. So if we can continue to see big buying come in like we did right here and like we did right here, we could see that rip. I didn't realize that 485 was the high of the year. I should have looked at that. Yeah, I probably should have. I'm gonna probably be kicking myself in a minute. I didn't realize that's the high of the year. Yeah, starting to crack that trend line. But I was looking at this 726 at pre-market high. So I mean, it's cracking that trend line at the moment. Let's see if we can hold up here. See 415 acting as resistance again. Some selling there. And if we keep getting out all these sellers though, and we keep buying volume, then we are going to be looking pretty good. I'm gonna readjust the trend line to there. We still haven't really sold off yet. I mean, that was a sell-off, but we just ran, like 60, 70 cents there. Help, I'm falling. I can't get up. Now, I mean, we're still in an uptrend. That little sell-off was just a lot of profit taken. I highly doubt that shorters have no reason to be in this after they took it down from 720 all the way down to here at 324. They don't have a reason to be in it right now. Now, when it gets back up, if it can get back up to 5, then yeah, I could see shorters coming in around that $5 mark. But I don't see them coming in already. Well, I mean, they could be. They could be trying to short this, trying to hold it down. Anything is possible. So we need to see the trend line hold here. We need to see it start to curl back up again. So you can see we're testing in this area. Testing this support. This $4 support and this trend line support. See a decent sized seller there at 413. We want to see this get back over 415 here real soon. Ooh, if we doji right there, that could be a nice doji. See, we got 10 seconds on this candle to hold up over 4. Oh, that's sketchy. Ooh, that's sketchy. We don't want to be below 4. It just kind of, you see, it just kind of dropped below 4 and below the trend line. Starting to come back down. Remember, at 380 is our bottom support though. At 388. And that just cracked. Okay. I'm about to have to get out here. Because I do not want to take a loss on this. It is really starting to crack now. Accelerator at 381. I'm trying to give it half a second to see if it's going to come back up. But it is looking pretty ugly now. Crack that trend line. See, 380 is trying to hold as support. A lot of buyers trying to hold it up there, but this trend line is done now. Whoops. No, I want you to get out of here. Why is that not getting out of here? There you go. So I'm gonna look at something real quick here. See if this is an overall uptrend or not. Yeah, so that could be considered the trend line as well, which means it could drop back down to 339. I don't want to hold it down there. We got a lot of selling on these last 5 or 6 candles. Oh crap, now it's just cracked down below 380. All over the place. I know I'm quiet, guys, and I know you guys are commenting. I'm just thinking real hard right now. See if it can hold up here. See if it can start pushing back up. If it starts pushing back up, I'm gonna keep holding it here. But if it starts dropping any lower than this, then I'm gonna have to get out. It's starting to drop. Damn, so there must have been shorters in there. You were right, H&H Trader, because this is way too much of a sell-off this is having right now for a regular sell-off. Man, it's what, 6, 7 red candles in a row? Like, there's got to be a green candle coming here soon. If it just keeps going red, then shorters just got a hold of it and went crazy with it. It's one of the sharpest sell-offs it had besides right here. A little doji there. Little doji. Little doji on the doji. Yeah, I mean, I'm losing right now. I could have locked in up there at that 485, but I just don't. I think this is going to get to $5. It doesn't look like it now. But buyers keep coming in when it does take these hits like this. Buyers keep coming in and trying to push it back up. So I'm trying to watch it here real close to see if it's going to keep pushing, if it's going to start pushing back up again. I mean, this is a very low float stock. I mean, it was all the way up at 726 in pre-market. So the volatility on this thing is pretty wild. See, buyers trying to hold up at 370 now. See, quite a bit of buyers there. See if it can continue to push back up. If it can continue to push back up right here, then I'm going to keep holding. See, how's the SPY doing? SPY pulled back a little bit. Interesting. So it needs to get back above 380, that old support. We don't want that old support turning into resistance. You can see it's right across there at 385 area. So if it can break back above 385 here, it could be back alive. I may be getting greedy on this. Greed may be getting to me because I keep holding it because I'm looking for a much bigger rip than what it's showing me. So I may just be being greedy. I'm about to take a little break here. I'm trying to give it a chance to pop back over 384 or 385 before I go take a little break, because it is going to take, if it's not done yet, it's going to take it a little bit longer to get back up to that 450 area again. So let's see here. Let's see if I can get back above 380 so I can take a little breather here and think about it. See, it's all selling at 380. Let's see if buyers can push through. Okay, so we are back through 380. Let's see if we can get through 385. A little bit of selling at 385. There we go. See, we're almost back up to 4 again. So that's what I'm talking about. The stock is So we got 30 seconds for this candle to close. Let's see if this candle can close over 385. But no, to be clear, the smart thing would have been to lock out at that 475, 485 area. I even said I was going to do it if it didn't break, and then I didn't. What I'm doing at this point is a little wild. To have held this long. So back over 4. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I absolutely should have locked out something. I should have been smart. That would have been the smart thing to do. But my gut keeps telling me to hold it. So that's why I was so quiet for a while there. It's like my brain is telling me to be a little bit smarter on this, but my gut is telling me to hold it. So I'm trying to listen to my gut on this one and see if my gut pays off. If not, if it doesn't, my gut doesn't pay off, I'm going to punch myself in the gut, and I'm not going to listen to my gut anymore. But there's a lot of times I get well, not a lot of times, but every once in a while I get a gut feeling about something, about a play. And then I just kind of throw everything else out the window. So it could be bad, could be good. We'll see. I don't like this upper shadow though on this. Let's see, this candle's about to close. Closing below 4. So we need to get back above 4. See, more selling. More selling right below 4. Big sellers on the ask. They just got taken out. Alright. Oh, we're almost back above 4. So we're still testing to try to get above 4 again. But we don't want to get held up at 4 for too long. If we keep getting held up at 4, then this will just come right back down. Alright, while this is doing this thing, I'm going to put a stop loss in here below the bottom of that. While I go take a break here. Because I don't... trying to give it a second, make sure it's not going to sell off. I don't like that upper shadow. Decent sized buyers at $3.95. Kind of want to see it hold above 4 before I go take this little breather. Yeah, see, getting rejected there at 4, so this has to break back above 4. This could be done. Let's see, 375 trying to hold as support. Bunch of sellers sitting there at 380. And so we keep seeing buyers pushing it back up. Oops. See, buyers need to push this back up right here. We don't want to drop it much lower than that. Think this is extended head and shoulders? Nah, I don't really see a head and shoulders pattern. Cause your head would be right here, but this shoulder wouldn't be this low down. That shoulder would have to be around the same 450 area. Like if this is a head and shoulders pattern, it's one weird head and shoulders pattern. Starting to push back over 380 now. We're getting close back up to that $4 mark again. Just breaks back over $4. I could start to see new buyers come back in. Damn, we just went from 380 all the way down to 370 out of nowhere. That was a quick little drop there. Let's see, we got it. What's the SPY doing? SPY's still dropping. Kind of fighting against the market trend too right now. This needs to get back above 380 and start holding. It's struggling to do that. Come on. pretty much testing this 375 support. That's what keeps testing that. If that can hold up, though, you should be able to start pushing back up. Really like to see this candle over 4. It's starting to get a little ugly now. Starting to get a little ugly. Because this is the current downtrend. This is the sell-off downtrend from that initial run. This sell-off downtrend, you see right there, 380 is right there at the downtrend. So that's what it needs to get above to break this current selling downtrend that it's in. It may be done here. I got my finger on the trigger ready if it starts dumping. If it can break back over 380 though, it could still be live. We need to see some buying volume come back into this. We've not, I mean, we saw a little bit there, but we haven't had any buying volume like back here, increasing buying volume. We just had this selling volume. Big tug of war between buyers and sellers on this stock. But we've got to see some fresh buying volume. Yeah, it's really struggling right now. Big buyer just came in at 368. He's getting taken out though. Yeah, that's not a good sign. Oh, we just dropped all the way down to that trend line. And it's looking like we're probably done. It's a shark. There's blood in the water. Maybe. We'll see. It did hold the trend line, the bottom trend line. This is just too much selling though on this stock. I mean, this thing was all the way up at 726 and it just keeps selling off and selling off. And buyers keep trying to come back in and push it up. This is just too much selling. If there are shorters in it, they got to be getting out of it. But this overall uptrend, it's a very lightly sloped uptrend. It's still holding up so far. We are starting to get a decrease in volume. It is getting a little later in the day. I don't know. I'm gonna hold it here for just a little bit longer to see if it can break back over 365 and get at least break this sell-off downtrend. Okay, now that does not look good there. This may dump right here. Got that little inverted hammer candle. That is not pretty. This is very close to cracking below this trend line. Very, very close. All right, I'm gonna put a stop. I'm gonna put a stop loss in here under that candle, 335. Because if it drops below 335, it's gonna be done for sure. All right, I'm gonna take a quick breather, guys, and I'll be right back. This has been a ride. This has been a ride. We'll see. It looks like it's probably gonna sell off. But if for some reason buying does come back in, which we're seeing a little bit here, but not really enough to make a difference, if buying does start to come back in and it breaks over this downtrend, then it still could be alive. But it really looks like it's probably going to sell off right here. It's going to crack this trend line. So give me just a couple minutes and I'll be right back, guys. Did it hit my stop loss? I can't tell if it hit my stop loss or not. No, it didn't. That was... Boy, it came right down to my stop loss. That was really close. But it is testing the downtrend at the moment. So if it... Let's see. Let's see if it can break over this downtrend here, right here. If it can break over the downtrend, it may still be alive. That's what I say, guys. So, you know, you can learn from my mistakes. This was definitely a mistake not to lock in anything. I got greedy. That is what it is. Don't be greedy. See, this is very, very close to either cracking down or starting to slowly make its way back up. One of the two. Most likely cracking, because it's getting... Yeah, it's close. Yeah, if it drops any more, if it drops below 340, it's probably going to crack here. Because it is struggling. Buyers are not comfortable coming back in yet. But we're testing that trend line support, and that candle opened up below. Let's see, this candle's got a minute and a half. It doesn't look good here. This is Yeah, you were right. It just did not look like a head and shoulders pattern to me. But this trend line is still there. As long as the uptrend holds up. So it's struggling to get back above at 350. Ooh, big seller just came in at 347. That was an ugly close or ugly open on that candle. Kind of opening up below the trend line. See if buyers can break through that 347. Volume's decreasing. Oh, big buyer just came in there at 345. It's nice to see. We might see buying start coming back in now, possibly. If this trend line holds up, buyers will come back in. See a lot of selling at 350. See if they can get taken out. Not seeing a lot of orders at 350 though. Okay, now we're starting to see some 350 orders. Yeah, still struggling. Some buyers there at 345 on the bid trying to hold it up. I would say if all those buyers at 345 get taken out, then it's probably going to crack. There's all those buyers sitting there because that's right where the trend line is at. They're trying to hold up the trend line, but it needs to get back above 350 like in the next minute or two to show the trend line is holding. Yeah, they just got taken out at 345. Yeah, it's one of my struggles as a trader is my discipline sometimes is lacking. Sometimes greed will get the best of me. And that's what's happened today. Greed's got the best of me. Now I got big seller at 342. Yeah, it's probably done. I'm about to eat this loss. Go ahead and remove that line. But yeah, you can see it's under the trend line now. And it couldn't break back over 350, so the trend line is starting to crack, getting pretty weak on this trend line. No, I absolutely should have. I absolutely should have sold half up at 375, 385. I was ready to, and then I thought or not 385, but 485. But I really did think that it was going to get to 5, especially after breaking 475 there. Because see, this was kind of a failed breakout. This is a nice big U shape, but it was a failed breakout. It didn't break. I've got my stop loss in. If it cracks below that right there, then that 334 area, I will be out of it. But that's why I put it. That's why I put it there, was to give it a little room. Well, we just popped back over 350 all of a sudden, but it needs to hold above 350. Yeah, put it there because of the uptrend. See, we just got some bids. Tried to stack at 350. It needs to get back over 350 here if it's gonna gonna hold up. I hear you, H&H Trader. I hear you. I've already admitted it was dumb. So there's a little. I was about to say there's a little bit of buying trying to push it over 350. But we still are having some sellers. Very close to cracking. We've got a lot of indecision at the trend line. Yeah, well, I mean that's the holding like this. Holding like this is not really my strategy. If I stuck to my plan, this would have been an easy, profitable trade. Well, I won't say easy because it was a little tricky earlier, but this should have been a profitable play. I mean, I was up $50. There's no reason why I should have kept holding. Like I said, it was just greed, just a greedy trade. When they're off of the moving average, I just as far as moving averages on the 1 minute or 2 minute or 5 minute chart on your intraday charts, you can look at it like a magnet and see where, oh, we just got a big pop off of that trend line there up to 360 something. So buyers starting to come back in here a little bit. FLDM. But I mean, yeah, a lot of times the FLDM is just kind of going sideways. Kind of looks like a, yeah, you got a big triangle on FLDM right here. So yeah, I mean FLDM doesn't look too bad. Got a nice triangle. So let's see if Dogs is gonna wake back up here. See a little resistance at 360, and actually we just broke through that. Now, if this does come back alive, it's still going to take a while before it could really get going again. See, 350 is starting to try to hold that support, which is about where the uptrend is at now. Let me look at this on some different time frames here. So not looking terrible on the 5-minute. We do look a little ugly on the 15-minute. So this downtrend right here on the 15-minute, that's got to break for it to get going again. No, it's a little too early to tell on the 15-minute yet. So we cracked back below 350. So we're still testing the trend line. We did get a little bounce off, but we're still testing it. But the buyers are trying to push it back above the trend line. See, my swing trade's back up to 370 again. And my PHI swing did actually pop above that channel for a little bit. Hey, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. That's why we do these streams, so people can ask questions and get their questions answered. If it's not by me, somebody else could answer them, possibly, like H&H Traders in here. Dropping some knowledge. So yeah, we are testing this trend line support hard right now. Let's see where FLDM is in that triangle. Yeah, look at this. FLDM is getting squeezed pretty tight. This triangle's getting tighter and tighter. Whoops. So FLDM is either going to break up or break down here real soon. Here's making a decent slow climb. LOD sold off. On the NASDAQ top gainer list, let's see. CLPS, what'd you do? You're not doing anything. Pet selling off. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, exactly. That's what I say all the time. I'm not a guru or a master or anything. I never claim to be that. I'm a student until the day I die. As far as the financial markets go, I'm just a guy who likes to trade stocks. And sometimes, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. Some would argue I make mistakes more often than I don't make mistakes. So 350 still trying to hold up here. We'll give the stream about 15 more minutes. If you guys had any questions, suggestions, or ideas, go ahead and get those in. Because this is either gonna crack here in the next 15 minutes and be done, and I'm gonna get stopped out, or it's gonna keep slowly climbing up this trend line, but it's not gonna break out anytime soon. Even if it does hold up the trend line, it'll probably have to slowly climb up the trend line for maybe another hour or so if it can hold up here. But we got about 10-15 minutes before we can see that. But I am also getting hungry because it is getting close to lunchtime. Come on. It's trying to get back above 350. It absolutely needs to get back above 350 if it's going to continue this trend line. But like I said, I think we'll know here in the next 10-15 minutes if this is going to sell off. Probably in the next 10 minutes. A lot of buyers are getting taken out there that were sitting at the trend line, so this is probably very close to cracking here. Volume's decreasing as well. See, all these volume bars have gotten lower and lower. Alright, and now it's back above 350. Now it's this is a tug of war for the ages on this damn stock. This is such a tug of war. This has been a tug of war the whole entire time. But the longer this shenanigans goes on of testing this trend line right here, the more likely it's going to crack and sell off, because buyers are going to give up. They're going to get tired of trying to hold this up if this doesn't start moving back up. We need to see more buyers come in. And we need to see another pop like this candle. See a pop up off of this trend line. But if we just keep staying right on this trend line like we have been through this whole time, except for that one candle, then buyers will get tired. It's too much trying to hold this up. Look at the SPY. How's the SPY look today? So SPY is just going sideways today. Oh, my PIHO swing coming back up some. Yeah, look at this beautiful U shape on the daily chart. PHIO may not break out today, but if it comes out with some good PR tomorrow, I could see this breaking out pretty nicely. But I mean, as long as PHIO holds up, above that 350 mark, I'm going to continue to hold it as a swing. Yeah, dogs. Yeah, I'm being taken on a walk by the dogs. You're exactly right. Instead of me walking the dogs is walking me today. And there's still a little bit of buying coming in, but not enough to make this get back above the trend line. Hey, Doc Trader, how's it going, buddy? I don't think I've seen you in the chat in a while. How you been? It looks like we may be about to crack here. Very, very close to cracking. Yeah, all is well. All is good, buddy. Appreciate you asking. Yeah, you gonna see a 5 minute on it? There's a 5 minute. So you can see it's under the trend line. Like, that's why I think it's about to crack, because it is under the trend line. I mean, it would need some buy-in to come in and push this up, like right here in the next minute or two. If not, then it's gonna crack. It is struggling to hold the trend line, and like I said, the longer it keeps testing the trend line, the buyers will start to give up, and we're getting real close. Yeah, there it goes. So I got stopped out. So yeah, finally it cracked. Well, that was a dumb trade on my part. Well, the trade wasn't dumb. It was the part after I didn't lock in profit that was dumb. So there we go. Yeah, it's done now. On a 30 minute, you can really see how much selling was on this. It's a lot of selling. Must have been some very heavy short interest on this stock. You can see just going right down that trend line there. The bag holder gods. So, alright. Starting the week off a little rough here. Could have been green on the week so far, but nope, had to get greedy on this play, and it cost me. And that's what happens. You get greedy. You don't stay disciplined. The market will punish you. So you got to stick to your plan. You got to stick to your trading plan. Because the moment you don't, the market will kick you right in the balls. Or whatever you got in between your legs. So this still in this big triangle, that possibly could move. That possibly could break up out of it. But there's one problem with this that I see. You've got all the indicators right here, so there's a lot of indicator resistance, especially at that 635. You got two indicators together. So even if it does pop up out of this triangle, it may get hung up at that 635 area. Very easily could. You can see here, looking at this top 10% NASDAQ gainer list, all the stocks on it, all of them have sold off. So and that's because we're in a sideways market, and it probably will look the same on the top 10% NYSE gainer list. I thought I saw a 40% one. Yeah, there's a 40% one. Why is it not? Oh, there we go. Okay, so this one's holding up. This is about the only one I see that's holding up on the list. MTC a little bit as well. Sideways movement there. Yeah, so yeah, just a lot of sideways movement. The SPY's going sideways, so everything else is kind of going sideways. Except for EH, which really EH is going sideways too. It's holding its gains, but it's going sideways. So sideways day today in the market. Greedy can't feed the needy. That is true. That is a nice saying too. You guys are killing it with the sayings today. If you guys want to know the real reason why I held dogs so long, is because I was really wanting to see it break up over $5 and go on a nice big massive run. So then I could have said, who let the dogs out? But it ruined my plan. No, that's not why I held through it. I got greedy, but I was thinking that in my head. I was like, if this breaks $5, I'm going to start singing Who Let the Dogs Out. But nope. So, alright guys, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go lick my wounds. Yeah, I don't see much else going on really at the moment. Said maybe FLDM. That might break out, but like I said, it's going to be running into some strong resistance with those indicators there. But yeah, I'm going to call it a day. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get myself back together, get back disciplined, not make any stupid mistakes like I made today. Yeah. Yeah, bleeding out today for sure. This week's a little red, but yeah. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Until next time.